April 16th, 2025, and it's 1 o'clock, and we're here to discuss and review and consider MS-168-25 JMB subdivision. I'll go over, before we start the hearing, I'll go over the rules of the public hearing. We have a signature sheet for people who are going to speak, and whoever's going to speak, please sign in on the signature sheet. Did that go around yet? Okay. Yeah. Okay. No person shall
name and contact information if you could.
Shall be permitted to testify or speak before the hearing of the body of the public hearing unless each person has first signed his name and address to the sign-up sheet provided by the hearing body and indicated what, if any, interest he may have or she may have, and whether they live within 300 feet of the property being considered. No person shall be permitted to speak before the hearing body until such person has been recognized by the presiding officer. All public hearings proceedings shall be recorded electronically, and all people shall speak clearly and loudly enough to assure the testimony is recorded clearly and correctly. No person shall interrupt the speaker. Any speaker who has evidence of any kind shall submit the evidence to the staff to be entered into the record. 4 copies of each document or photograph item of evidence shall be provided and shall be marked for identification purposes. People attending the public hearing shall engage in a respectful manner. Any action taken disruptive to the proceeding or endangering others may result in prompt removal. Once the chairman declares the hearing closed, no further evidence will be presented or considered. Anyone who fails to comply with the rules may be asked to leave the room. Okay, I would entertain a motion to go into the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Cowles?
Here.
Commissioner Zimmerman?
Here.
Commissioner Dose?
Yes.
Okay, we're in a public hearing. Okay, per the agenda, we have the Planning and Zoning Staff Administration. We have the applicant. The applicant will be allowed 20 minutes. If there's any written testimony, we'll review that. And any supporters will be allowed 5 minutes each. Then there will be a time for rebuttal. And then the hearing will close and the commission will deliberate. So I will turn it over to our Planning and Zoning staff.
Thank you very much. Dan Martinson, Administrator for your county. You've been given an application package prior to this meeting that constitutes a staff report, maps, and preliminary plat, and various other parts of the file that are pertinent to this. I will present the staff report, and then you can go to questions if you have any.
Do I need to swear you in first?
Oh, that's right. Okay, we're doing that.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead. Continue. Sorry about that.
No worries. We'll get it figured out. So this is case MS-168-25. It is an application by Brad Youngworth et al. As a request for JMB subdivision. It's a 2-lot minor subdivision located in the natural resource zone. The pre-application meeting between the applicant and planning staff occurred on or about February 4th of 25. On January 7th, January 7th, a complete subdivision application package was submitted to the planning department. This application is being processed under Shoshone County Title 10 subdivision regulations. Based on the complete application, agency response information, the planning administration published in the Shoshone News Press a 30-day notice of comment on this application. Comment period was established from Friday, February 28th, 25 to Monday, March 31st of 25. On February 26th, notice was sent to the adjacent property owners within 300 feet of the subject property via regular United States Postal Service. Additionally, on the 27th of February of 25, the site was posted with the physical notices along the vicinity of the parcel boundaries. A public meeting was scheduled before the Board of Commissioners on April 16th of 25, and here we are today. Findings of facts in this case is the applicant is Kevin McGuire of Northwood Surveying, LLC. And the property owners is Brad Youngworth, Jerry Siegfried, and Gene Weberding. The primary address being 82B Grubich Road in Pinehurst. The proposal is the applicant is requesting a minor subdivision for the creation of 2 lots in the natural resource zone. The site is located approximately a half mile, 0.6 miles west of Pinehurst, off of South Division Street on Ohio Avenue and Weir Gulch Road. to Alpine Drive. The site is described as a portion of Section 7, Township 48 North, Range 2 East of Pinehurst, Shoshone County. Parent parcel number is 48 North 02E 07-0600. The zoning in this area is natural resource zone. The surrounding zoning is the same. Natural resource zone. Surrounding uses are mostly rural residential and timber related. Lot size, the proposed parent parcel, approximately 5.9.7 acres. The proposed subdivision will be comprised of 2 lots, lot 1 being 3.053 plus or minus, lot 2 being 2.61 plus or minus, totaling 5.654 acres. That happens a lot where the acreage don't quite line up because the actual surveyed versus the assessed acres don't always match up exactly. But once we go through the preliminary survey work, and that's where it's stated here, is preliminary survey work on a lot line adjustment of the road parcel and the corrections were completed on this parcel to create the proposed lots. The governing documents and deeds will be used to document the actual acres on the final plat. Shoshone County Subdivision Code requires that a minimum lot size for the minor subdivision application be 2 acres. The minimum lot size requirement in the natural resource zone is 7,700 square feet or 0.176 acres. All proposed lots are designed to exceed both of these requirements. There are no structures on this site. The current site is rural residential and timberland. The topography is terrain characteristics for the proposed site are typical rural forest. Site varies in topographic relief from 0 to 25%. Slopes up. The site contains typical timber with native grasses and bushes. Comprehensive plan designation in this area, it designates the area as the West Corridor, Shoshone Corridor District. Historically, most of the development pressures are occurring in this area. It is through that higher density corridor from Cataldo through Pinehurst-ish. Competition for residential, industrial, and commercial land is very high in this district. Corridor has a long history of mixed uses and higher densities. Comprehensive plan specifically promotes the continuation of mixed uses, however, warns of density and impact to adjacent uses. In this case, obviously, we've got larger sized parcels with densities not being affected terribly. Area of city impact. The proposed site is located within the local jurisdictional area of city impact for the city of Pinehurst. Comments received on February 19th of 25 from Carla Ross of the city of Pinehurst indicated that the mayor and the council had no comments or concerns for the subdivision. Water supply and wastewater disposal. The parent parcel is not located within a community water system. Domestic water services to be provided via private well systems. Wastewater disposal. The parent parcel is not located within a community sewer system. Sewer service will be provided by private septic systems, installation by future landowners. There's additional information in the narrative that was provided with this case, describing the systems and the approval in a letter dated January 8th of 25. Ted Seaford of the Panhandle Health District outlined conditions, requirements, and recommendations, along with the applicable plat language for this project to be satisfied before the final Mylar is to be signed. And those conditions are on the preliminary plat and have been met. Access and transportation. The 60-foot wide existing easement provides access from Weir Gulch Road along Alpine Drive. Off Alpine Drive, both lots are accessed from an existing all-weather surface gravel private driveway with an alternative access easement to lot number 1 to offer a greater sense of privacy for future landowners. Shoshone County Public Works, in comments dated February 10th of 25, Stephanie Featherstone indicated that Public Works maintains Weir Gulch Road to the end of the paved roadway, approximately 0.47 miles. The location of the project's approach is not maintained by the Shoshone County. It's private up at the intersection where you turn into here. Stephanie added that the impact of the 2 additional lots would be minimal to traffic of Weir Gulch, and the Public Works did not have any other concerns, conditions, or requirements. And that's in the letter there. Fire District and Ambulance Service District. Shoshone Fire District number 2 and the Ambulance Service District provides fire protection and emergency medical services in this area. In comments dated March 31st of 25, Travis Costa, the Deputy Fire Marshal, indicated that the project is approved with conditions that the road and or driveways meet all requirements set forth in the 2018 International Fire Code, and the Idaho IDAPA rules, driveway and fire access road requirements, and that roads and/or driveways will need to be built prior to the building permit issuance. So you'll see conditions that's listed as a condition. Bunker Hill Overlay District, the parcel is located within the operable Unit 3 of the Bunker Hill Superfund site. Comments dated February 6th of 25 from Mary Renberg, the Program Manager of PhD's Institutional Controls Program, provided comments indicating that the project is subject to the rules and regulations of PhD's ICP. An ICP permit is required for the development and or change of use of this property. Additionally, any contractor performing excavation, grading, infrastructure, development and or transportation or disposal of contaminants within the ICP administrative area must be licensed by PhD. Again, that's in the conditions. Stormwater Site Disturbance Permit SD 246-24 for this project was issued for a pad site and a driveway development. Adhering to the required site disturbance code regulations, any additional future site development will be required to meet all site disturbance code regulations. The design standards, the proposed subdivision does and will conform to the design standards of the surrounding area, including those outlined in section 10.3.1 of the Shoshone County Code, where it outlines the size and configuration of the lots and the minimum lot size. Regulatory floodplain designation, the subject parcel is not located within the flood hazard area, therefore no specific notations are required on the plat. Public comment is of the writing of this report, and up until a few minutes ago, we received no comments from anybody requesting information or having questions. So we received no written comment. We have no additional evidence to submit with the case. The next steps are the applicable legal standards, where it lists the code we go by, and the state Idaho code, and then of course our comprehensive plan, our subdivision regulations, our zoning regulations, and our floodplain overlay district regulations. Staff analysis is based on the review of the submitted application, discussions with the applicant, agency responses, and the lack of public comment. Staff finds that all requirements for the application and procedure have been met. Draft conditions of approval. So we list these conditions on most all of our cases here, and then pretty standard fare. The first condition is the development shall be subject to applicable rules and ordinances and regulations of Shoshone County and any other state or federal agency. Any further development or changes shall come before the Shoshone County Planning Department and or Board of Commissioners. Applicant shall meet all the requirements of Fire District 2, Ambulance Service District related to International Fire Code, driveway and fire access requirements, and roads and or driveway will need constructed prior to the building permit issuance. The applicant shall meet the requirements of Panhandle Health District as specified in PhD's comment letter dated January 8th, 25. The applicant shall place a plat notification upon the face of the final plat stating the verbiage that their sanitary restrictions as required by Idaho Code have been satisfied in accordance with Section 50.13.26 Idaho Code by the issuance of a certificate of disapproval. Applicant shall meet all the requirements of the Institutional Controls Program. The applicant shall meet all Shoshone County site disturbance regulations. The terms and conditions placed on this approval shall run with the land and remain valid upon change of ownership or until the approval expires. The applicant and future assigns having an interest in the subject property shall fully comply with the conditions placed on this approval. The approval is based on the information presented in the project application, plans, and testimony provided as part of the request, and the approval is limited to that request. 5.08 is all applicable project fees shall be paid before the issuance of the final order and decision and recordation of the final plat. The applicant shall meet the requirements of the final plat subdivision application procedures as specified in Shoshone County Code Title 10.5-4. This is the signature process for the plat after approval. This approval shall expire 24 months from the date of signing the order of decision unless an extension is applied for and granted by the Board of County Commissioners. We always add in one there in case you decide to add on additional conditions. The next step is we've drafted up to the draft conclusions of law. When you're ready to make a motion, you would want to make these conclusions of law determinations. Assuming they're all in the affirmative, you'd move on to the draft motion that we've put in there for you to then make the final decision to approve with conditions, to deny for the following reasons, to approve with additional conditions, or if there's a need to continue for further information. If you determine one of the conclusions of law is not in the affirmative, then you have to state a specific reason to why. Beyond that, I don't have anything more to add unless you have specific questions that I might be able to answer.
Do you have any questions?
No.
No, I don't have any questions. We'll go to the applicant. Could you raise your right hand, swear and affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay.
I'm Kevin McGuire with Northwood Surveying, the applicant's representative. I think Dan's project explanation was very thorough, and I don't have anything to add unless there's any specific questions.
Okay. Okay, we didn't get any letters from any neighbors. We didn't get any
I don't think I got any
kickback.
phone calls.
No,
Okay.
we should know.
Okay.
I think, did we have more than one person sign up to speak?
The folks that are here are the applicants.
Just the applicants, they're not going to speak. Okay.
Certainly, if you had anything to add on, you're welcome to it. But that's
Nothing to add?
For most of us.
Yeah, I did too last night.
Well, Mr. Chairman, are you ready for discussion or a motion or?
Let me see. Yeah, I'd entertain a motion to. If we have, is there any further discussion? Any further discussion on this?
Not on my part.
No.
I'd entertain a motion to exit the public hearing and go into our deliberation.
I move that we exit the public hearing.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. Okay, we got to go through the draft conclusions. Does the proposal confirm with the goals and objects contained within the comprehensive plan?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Does the proposal conform to the standards contained in Title 10 of the subdivision regulations of Shoshone County?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Zoning. This proposal is consistent with the purpose and intent of the existing zoning.
Yes.
Yes.
Surrounding use. The proposed use is compatible with the existing uses in the area.
Agreed.
Yes.
Impact on public. The proposed use is not detrimental to public health, safety, or well-being.
Agreed.
Okay. All right. I would entertain I'll motion a draft motion based on the findings, facts, and conclusions and laws set forth in the documents and any additional testimony received. The Shoshone County Board of Commissioners ordered this application for a minor subdivision, case number MS-168-25 JMB subdivision, to be approved with proposed conditions.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, it's approved. Is that all we have to do?
Public hearing adjourned.
Okay, public hearing adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks for